Les interviews magiques de Marcus Majart.
Hi everybody and welcome in this new magic interview. This time wait a minute. Alright, that's better. Hat gang represents. You will understand at the end of the interview. But something is missing. Oh! Thank you. A friend of mine. Alright. So, this time I have the honor to show you the interview of Eric Jones. He also came at the BMF 2017. Yep, so 1 year ago. So, it means the shows Eric mentioned where he has to appear are of course already done. Oh guys, Eric and I are both fans of the great pianist Robert Glasper. Can we have his music during the interview? What? Copyrights? Alright, let's find something similar then. I really love the magic of Eric Jones, but not only that, I'm a fan of Eric himself as a human being. We spent some time together and I can tell you he's one of the nicest person I ever met. So kind, so humble and so available. For the non-magicians, you maybe saw him last year in the show American Got Talent, where he was really awesome. Let's now watch the interview and I see you after that. Thanks a lot, Eric Jones, to make the interview. It's a big honor for me, and after a long day of lecture and workshop, it's much an honor for me that you accept this interview.
Thank you so much. I really look forward to it. I know we talked about it early in the day, and I'm struggling, but I'm making it through so that we have enough time for this. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and it's the most original interview that I made until there. So thank you one more time for that.
No problem.
So it's your second time in Belgium. Do you enjoy the country?
I haven't seen much, but what I have seen has been very enjoyable. The people are always friendly. They're very hospitable, and I've enjoyed myself. I just wish I could see more of what Belgium has to offer. I haven't even had a waffle, you know?
It's you have time to prove that.
If I can do that tonight, that'd be great. If not, it'll have to be next time. Yeah.
Well, my first question is, what do you think about magic these days? Is it okay? Is it negative points? A lot of positive points? What do you think about that?
Well, I think throughout history, magic has been filled with both positive and negative. I'm not sure about how magic is perceived here in Belgium, but in America, it's never been more popular than it is now. There are more people who are interested in magic, more people performing magic than have ever existed in humanity. When I go back and think about it, more people have seen a single episode of America's Got Talent than all of the people who saw Houdini in his entire lifetime. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge deal when you stop and think about it. And he was still one of the most famous magicians in our history. So I don't know. It's as far as the state of magic itself, there are a lot of situations that are good for magic as a whole, but not necessarily good for magicians and their egos. Mm-hmm. And without expanding on that too much, I'll just say that I feel like there are a lot of changes that need to happen in our industry in order for us to continually thrive. And without those changes, technology is going to take over. And then that old quote about magic is being indiscernible from technology is going to hold even more true than it ever has before.
So, and you speak about AGT, and you did awesome. You did until the semifinals, and I think it's really awesome. What did it bring to you? Okay, a big exposure to the public, but maybe something else.
The thing that America's Got Talent did for me more than any other thing, it gave me exposure. It allowed me to increase my rates for shows, and the ultimate goal was to be able to perform less, charge more, so that I can, get more money for. My problem is right now I perform over 200 days a year, and with that being an issue, I run into situations where I'm doing it for small amounts of money, And if I can do 20 or 30 larger shows and charge 5 or 6 times what I'm charging for one, then I have a lot more time available to be with my son.
Okay. And do you have another TV show plans, or is it maybe too early to talk about it?
I am filming a show in Jakarta, Indonesia, starting next month with Mark Kalin and Damien Aditya in Jakarta, Indonesia, and it's a magic competition show. Mark, Damien, and I are going to be the judges, and I think they're going to have between 9 and 12 magicians from around Europe and Asia competing on the show, all hoping to get their own television show.
All right.
So that's the big thing. But I have a few other things, but I haven't signed contracts yet, so I don't want to talk about them until then.
Of course. I wish you luck for this TV show, this competition.
Thank you.
I wish you luck. So you are a coin guy, but you are amazing with cards. But I think you prefer the coins. Is it there is a reason particular about this, and why?
No. Everyone knows me for magic with coins, but the truth of the matter is I do just about everything. I do coin magic, card magic. I do mentalism. I do stand-up and a little bit of stage magic. As a professional magician, you have to be well-rounded in order to sustain a good income. But again, people in the magic community know me for my work with coins, and that's because it's what I spent the most time rehearsing, practicing, and learning how to perfect.
Okay, that's fine. And my last question is a little bit funny. I like your style about your clothes, but it's totally different when you were in classic a few years ago. Is it a particular reason about this?
The biggest reason is when I was trying to make a name for myself, I was also trying to figure out who I was as a performer. I started off with a style very similar to this. And I noticed that people wouldn't accept me. They wouldn't allow me to share my magic with them. So I had to assimilate. I had to, be what I thought they thought I should be. So I put on a suit and tie. And once I gained the recognition that I was looking for, I slowly started to incorporate myself back into the magic, bit by bit, until it got to the point where I can be who I am. And if you don't like it, to hell with you. I'm going to be me on stage. Now, when it comes to the way I perform on stage, I prefer a more casual, a more approachable look. But at the same time, I realize that doesn't always work in a corporate situation. So my goal is, if I know that the clients that I'm performing for are going to be dressed casually, I'll dress casually. But if they are going to be in business casual or more business attire, then I mirror that.
I think it's a very, very good reason. That's nice. Well, thank you so much for the interview, and good travel to Philly. Are you travel directly to Philly?
Yeah, I leave tomorrow morning in 6 hours to head back to the airport, and I fly home. I'm home for 1 day before flying back to Europe to do a television show with Luis Tomatos. Oh, I could have mentioned that. So I'm doing a television show with Luis Tomatos.
Okay.
And then I'm home for 1 day before I do some corporate gigs in LA. So my schedule's picking up. It's a blessing, it's a curse, and I'm trying to live in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, nice travel. He is going to eat now, and the head gang wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. It was very awesome. Welcome back. I hope you liked this interview. As usual, I want to give a huge thanks to Eric for this. It was a long day for him and he was really, really tired. So I feel very honored, but more than that, I'm happy that you can enjoy all his nice and interesting answers. And if you indeed enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like on this video and consider to subscribe if it's not already the case. My channel is in French, but all the magic interviews are or in English or with English subtitles. Well, I see you in the next video. Until there, take care of you. Ciao!